We have homework 1.1, and this is going to be questions 31 through 35. Okay? And so Jim is paid overtime for the 40-hour week, for more than 40 hours a week. Okay? So they want you to write an expression for OT. So how can I figure out how much he's working if my variable is T or H? I think they wanted H. Okay? So how can I figure out how much overtime he's worked if he has to work 40 first? No, not divide. Good try.
How much extra money he has? I don't know.
Well, let's say well, let me ask you a question. What if he had 42 hours? How many hours of overtime did he have?
Plus
2 hours. How did you figure that out? Because he's supposed to work 40 hours a week, right? 40 hours a week. And then what did you do with that 40? You added 2 to it to get the 42? Could you have easily just said 42 minus 40 though? Right? However many hours he has, right? H minus 40 is going to give you his OT. Does that make sense? And that's what they're asking you for, write an expression. An expression, guys, an expression is when you mathematically create a situation that you can solve over and over and over again. So sometimes you're like, I don't know what they want. Well, think about it. They want OT hours. OT, okay, I know what OT means. So that means if I work 50 hours, right? Then how many OT did I get? 10, right? You all know that. Now you just have to figure out how to write the expression. How'd you get there, right? And you said, oh, well, I took 40 from 50, duh, right? Well, what was your 50? Your 50 was your hours, right? That he worked total. Minus, so the hours that he worked total in the week, right?
Minus the hours that he's supposed to work.
Minus the 40. Yeah, and that'll give you the OT.
Which is 10.
That's right. And then you're like, okay, now I can write the equation. This is an expression or an equation, right? And they don't want the equals OT, but I like it because it kind of tells me what the heck I'm looking for. And it solves this one when they ask you for overtime, right? So how many did he get with 40 hours?
10.
No? Try again.
Wait, what'd you say?
How much overtime did he get with 40 hours?
None.
None. Yeah. So 0. How many with 44? 4. How many with 48?
8.
How many with 52? Done, son. Sit. This is easy as long as we know the rules of the game. You have to know the rules of the game, and then you play it better than anyone else. Okay? All right. Now, in 33, they're like, here's some words. The product. What does product mean? Anybody? Multiplication. Good. And once we know that, we know that's the multiplying, right? The product of 2 and x. How could I write that in just math? 2x. 2x. That's easy, yeah? So this is what they wanted you to do over there, right? The product of 5 and p, right? No, I don't teach that way. I'm sorry. It's like right there. Okay? And that's because that's the way the books are. A lot of teachers teach the way the books are, right? You'll find that I don't. Now, some students that doesn't work with, but most students it does. Okay? 10 more than y. How can I write that in math? 10 plus y? Yeah. Is that 10 more than y? Huh? Is that 10 more than y? 10 plus y?
Yeah. Y plus 10?
I would. Here's where I'd be like, yeah, y plus 10 is the proper way of writing it. Is it wrong though to write 10 plus y? No, why not?
Because it's not subtracting?
Exactly. Because it's not subtracting, it's adding. Right? Right? No matter what, I can write 10 plus y, or I can write y plus 10, it doesn't matter. Now the way that they want you to probably write it is y plus 10, right? Because they're reading it backwards. It's kind of like when you learn a language. If I speak French, right? Parlez-vous français? Oui? Yeah? A lot of my words, my verbs will come before, right? In English, but they come after in French and Spanish, okay? So it's backwards, and that's what makes it hard for people to learn our language, and why it's hard for us to learn everyone else's language. Everyone else learns everyone else's language pretty easily because it's all done the same way. We're the ones backwards, right? Do it the way we have to do it. Okay? But because I can take a number and plug it in here, 5 plus 10 is 15, yeah? 10 plus 5 is 15. Yeah? Didn't change. Plug in another number. Always try two numbers because sometimes you get lucky. 3 plus 10. 13. 10 plus 3. Boom. Doesn't matter which way I write it then. Does that make sense? Done.